Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Jade Reality Reactions. My name is Jade and I'll be giving you recaps, reactions, and commentary on some reality TV shows. If you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that like button, put a comment down below, and interact with me a little bit on the discussion from today. And if you want more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get all of my new videos when they drop. Enjoy! Hey guys, welcome to another Darcey and Stacey recap. Let's get into this episode. We start the episode with Darcey's matchmaker coming over to her house to apparently approve her look for the date she's going on later. Didn't know matchmakers did this. Thought their scope was finding you a compatible match, but this lady is getting paid because she obviously is a personal wardrobe stylist as well. So Michelle, matchmaker, didn't approve Darcey's outfit right off the bat. So she asked Darcey, what do we have going on here? Darcey had on some kind of what looked like black lingerie with a train coming off of it. Now, I don't know where she thought she was going in that, but we'll act like we didn't see it at all. So Michelle straight up told Darcey no. It's a no, girl, too much cleavage going on. So Darcey goes, change her clothes, and then she comes out in a white dress with a lot of boob falling out and a little slit or like cut out in the belly area. Darcey, we know you are snatched, as you would say, to the gods, but lady, this isn't it either. Michelle tells Darcey that she told the guy that Darcey's going on a date with that she would be chic and elegant and she looks like a hoe. These were Michelle the matchmaker's words, not mine. Oops, she's coming for you, Darcey. Darcey didn't like that at all, and who could actually blame her? I mean, she paid someone to say she dresses like a hoe. Darcey goes back to her closet, but this time she looks like she's looking for a dress pretty hard, like she's going to actually find the one. But that was an epic fail. She comes back out with another dress, but with a whole lot more cutout and a small blazer that she can't close or even button up to save her life because the boobs are in the way. Michelle asks if she had anything else to wear, and Darcey just says not really, but she'll look for something less revealing next time she goes shopping. Now Darcey feels discouraged, and there's that. You know, we literally just spent 5 minutes watching Darcey try to figure out how to cover up her tatas. Anyway, next scene, Stacey asks Florian about how him and Georgi became so close, and basically how Florian ended up asking Georgi of all people to be his best man. Florian says he has no one close to in Miami, and since Georgi and him have this whole understanding of each other, you know, being foreigners and all, he feels more connected to him. I get it, they started their friendship on a commonality they had moving to the US, and it just grew from there. Stacey sees where Florian is coming from, but she says it's just going to stir up drama, and he can't be doing that because they're family. Florian says he's getting married, has no one coming from his family, and it's pretty hard on him. Okay guys, let's put down in the comments what you think Florian should do. I personally think everyone should just suck it up and act like adults, allow Georgi to come, and Darcey could just ignore him for one night. Just act like the man isn't there. Anyway, Florian goes into how he misses his family and his sister who passed away from cancer. Florian went into how much he misses his sister and how much of a good person she was, and this scene literally gave me goosebumps. Stacey finally says since Florian had such a tough year, she'll accept Georgi coming. Now, I don't think it should have taken something like this to happen to let the man have one person of his choice to be his best man, but we'll forget this conversation even happened. But now Stacey has her sister's tantrum that she's going to throw lingering in her head. Later that day, Darcey arrives at her date night location. Darcey then meets up with Michelle and she's given a rundown on the activities of the night. Wow, an already planned out date night. This literally couldn't get any easier for her. So the man comes along and sits next to Darcey. His name is Cicero, by the way. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correctly. She likes the way he looks and it seems to actually be going great. They start their activity of grinding mint leaves to put into their drinks. Darcey, of course, takes off her blazer and shows off her snatched look because who on earth can grind mint leaves with a blazer on, right? Oh, the struggle must be real. They speak about their children and Cicero tells Darcey a little about his life and his career in real estate. In the end, he says Darcey is lovely and wants to keep getting to know her. He wants to see her again for another date and Darcey says she's up for it. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that the matchmaker knows what she's doing. The next day, Darcey, Stacey, and Florian go cake tasting. Their wedding planner, Danielle, asks Florian what kind of wedding traditions they have in Albania so they can include it in their wedding. Florian mentions the money dance where in Albania they throw lots of cash at you while you dance. And of course, Darcey and Stacey have to stand up and do one of their numbers and twirl around in the bakery. So they finally had enough dancing and sit back down. Stacey chooses the cake that she likes, and Darcey then says she would have chosen the same one if they were having a twin wedding. Florian then told Darcey, "You need to find a husband, that's the problem." I don't think there was a need for him to say that, but alright. There's an awkward silence, and then to top it all off, Daniela asks Darcey if she's bringing a date, which to that, she answers she may bring Cicero. I mean, but can they rub the situation in her face anymore? So Florian asks Danielle how much the cake is going to cost, and she gives around about 9, 10, 11,000. Florian says it's expensive, and Darcey tells him he needs a job and asks if she needs to chip in. I'm sure she said all of this just to get back at him for what he said about finding a husband. Florian tells her he's not asking her for anything, but it's Stacey and his wedding. Darcey got all in her feelings and left, and now Stacey is stressed that Florian and her sister are feuding. And here's the kicker. They haven't even gotten to tell Darcey about Georgi being Florian's best man yet. So, fast forward, Florian tries to take some advice to make Stacey happy and find a job in modeling. The modeling agent that he sits with asks for some pictures. Florian shows her some that's on his phone. She asks Florian if his body still looks the same as it is in the pictures, and he tells her how he stopped working out, but he's going to start back up. Now, Florian, that was not the question, and I'm sure wasn't the answer she was looking for. The talent agent tells Florian he can't have tattoos, he needs more professional photos of himself, to show up with an iPad and a tan. You guys know Florian never likes to be told what to do, so this is by no means in his right career path. They still took photos of Florian, and I'm not going to lie though, Florian looked like he was in pain while trying to take these pictures. The smile, the movement, just all looked so painful. Stacey and Darcey moved on from their little cake tasting speed bump, and they're now going to LA to see their new design samples for their clothing collection. Well, first, they had to get through the office door that they were struggling to figure out the passcode to. I mean, I would think they would know this, but I guess not. I don't know. Isn't it their place? They finally get through the door and see their samples, and it was all jogger sets and hoodies. They loved the looks that their team came up with, but the only looks that were finished were the neutrals. And those were not the colors they wanted to bring back to Miami for their next meeting with Johnny. Y'all remember Johnny, the Miami store owner, who said he didn't want those colors in his store because they won't sell? Now they need to stress out their employees and figure something out in a week's time, and their entire team is looking at them like Darcey and Stacey lost their minds. It's the ladies' last day in LA, and they're celebrating Florian's birthday at some bar. The twins' best friend Michael is at the bar, and Florian hasn't seen him since they had that altercation where he told Florian to get a job. Florian doesn't like that Michael is there for his birthday, but since he's Stacey's friend, he'll be cordial. They all start chatting about the wedding, and of course Michael asks who Stacey's bridesmaid is going to be, and there he goes, stirring up some bleep bleeps from Florian. Well, who else do you think is going to be the bridesmaid, Michael? Then he asks Florian, and Florian hesitantly says Georgi. Michael and Darcey look at each other confused like Florian didn't just say what he said, but oh, he did. Darcey explains how this is going to be pretty uncomfortable for her. They cut to Florian and Stacey talking to production, and Stacey says how Florian must be drunk because he spilled the beans about Georgi. And y'all know Florian gets angry and tosses the bleep bleeps everywhere because apparently he's not a drunkie. Okay, so back to the bar scene. Darcey says how it's a recipe for disaster on Stacey's wedding day. She's not walking down the aisle next to Georgi, and she's just making everything all about her once again. Okay, that's the end of my recap. Thank you so much for listening, and hope you guys come back for another one. Bye, guys.